Okay, my good friends, starting off a minute early just to make sure everything is working and functioning. If anyone cannot hear me, let me know. If you can't see my screen, let me know. Feel free to post a comment in our live stream here, and that will help. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Love hearing that. Appreciate it. Okay, my good friends. We're gonna have a super fun live stream today. You are listening to Dan Merkin, your by far favorite fintech CEO that you should follow on Twitter as well if you don't. But I always like to start off by showcasing to you a couple of reasons, a couple of basic reasons for why I think you should be a Trade Idea subscriber and why you should be listening to me perhaps. And I don't like to do it by just talking bullshit. I see lots of people on Twitter and other social medias, and and I watch like the advertising. Like, I've got the system. It makes 25% every single day. Let me show you how it works. There's 5 indicators. Okay, I think all of that is bullshit, and you're being sold to from a pure marketing standpoint. So what I like to do is I like to start out by showing you how I'm doing in a totally before we jump into the product. And by the way, today, I got something exciting for you. We're going right into our second Gen AI. I'm going to dive into it. Last week, I was showcasing to you the AI and Trade Ideas Pro and how we work with it and why it's so powerful, and it is. But we've done amazing things on the web, and today I'm going to be showcasing that. So, as I said before we get started, what I want to do is show you how I'm doing. So this is me today in my actively trading, but not day trading. And I told you guys that I don't really believe pigeonholing yourself into words like day, swing, investing makes sense. And I've been doing this since 1995. I'm probably a little bit older than most of you. I just turned 54, but honestly, 17 at heart still. So I like to say that trading, active speculation, is a form of risk management, not a form of definitional status. Like, I'm a day trader. Why? I get out during the day because I don't know what's going to happen in the morning. Well, I mean, that makes sense, but you're going to miss a lot of the gap ups, and some of the gap ups you miss, you can never get back. So my point is active investing, active trading, which is what I do, is a form of risk management. So how am I doing? So far, since January in this account, and this is about 60% of my active trading account. So I'm up about 4%. I've been, I was up big on Monday, pulled it all back on Tuesday, and I'm climbing back today. So here we are. That's how I'm starting. So I'm going to close this browser up. I'm going to give you a little preview of what I'm going to show you. Very exciting stuff. But before we do that, I'm going to show you something else so that you can see the breadth of what I do. And what I mean here is I am doing a bit of speculation on different assets. So you saw me in the equities market. Hopefully you can see I know what I'm doing. And here I am also in the crypto space. So the person that you want to listen to ought to be able to speculate in anything. Can you imagine being a professional golfer, but you can only hit a 7-iron or only a putter? A golfer that makes a living playing professional golf has to hit drivers, woods, putter, irons, everything. So what I'm showing you guys is I take my skill set that I have honed from the equities market and I do it the same way in the crypto market. So this is my crypto portfolio, and I'm up 15,000 today, 7%. And I want to show you what I'm in. Now, not everything is up, but let me just adjust the browser a little bit so you can see it better. So XRP is my big winner, Bitcoin, XLM, ADA. Then I have some losers right here, Pepe, Doge, but again, speculating, all within, what I'm comfortable losing. These are all under $1,000 losses, but, with the size that I'm in here, kind of immense potential if any one of these alt cryptos end up going. Really good move in HBAR, XLM, XRP. My good friend Steve Gomez, who works with me at Trade Ideas, got me into those. I've already been in Bitcoin. So I'm just trying to show you that the things you're going to hear today are from a person, and I'm the CEO, by far your favorite CEO. But this is how I do in the speculation and the thing that I'm going to showcase to you today. So I'm closing up this browser, and now we are in Trade Ideas Web. Do you guys all see it? Joe, yeah, Steve called it perfectly. And I think I was only 3 months off on XRP, but off perfectly. I don't know, I think he and I have very similar prices, but under $1. I think my average cost is 62 cents, something like that. Okay. So today we're diving into the fully automated. By the way, guys, I brought back a little bit of cold from my Montana snowboarding trip. So that's why you're hearing me clear my throat. Okay. Let's talk about the web. You can go to Trade Ideas Pro. Don't go here because you won't be able to get in. This is a special build that I'm in. But you can go to Trade Ideas Pro on the website. Go to My Trade Ideas, and you can jump right in here with your same username and password. And what we've done is we've made it so that you can quickly start getting right into where the action is. Okay. And Bowen Acquisitions Corp is halted. So you can see what's been going on. The halts are almost an interesting kind of part of this new paradigm of trading, because what they're kind of showcasing is that the market is so inefficient, they have to panic halt a stock. Notice how cryptocurrencies never ever are halted. You know why? They're never halted because in the cryptocurrency space, real buyers are matched with real sellers. Unfortunately, in the stock market, for another 5 to 6 days until President Trump gets into office and fires everybody and puts good people in, we still have market makers and payment for order flow firms, which create immense inefficiencies, and they're not able to handle supply and demand the way it should be. This is all getting fixed. So I think right now we're about to also enter the golden age of speculation, where retail investors are going to be able to see and participate in returns that they've never even imagined possible. Things like Apple and Microsoft, I think you're going to forget about those things, because it's not that, of course, those companies, they've provided pretty good returns for investors over the long term. But all of that capital, in a way, has kept lots of innovation from getting into the market. We should have had many different operating systems. Things are going to get a lot more competitive. It's just very exciting to be in the game. So Kodak. Remember, this is one of my core holdings, and I have it like right around here. And for me, Kodak is a very interesting play. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I just want you to be aware that this thing has the potential to really go like 10x. This is a company that's going to be involved in the Make America Healthy Again movement, and they are a premier chemical manufacturer. And in 2016, Trump tried to really make some big moves with Kodak. But the reason I'm bringing it up is for it to even appear on this list. This list is a list that is, not looking at Trump-related stocks. It's just looking at momentum. This is showcasing some serious momentum from here to here, and it's showing up on this list. And when that happens, that just gives me confidence that I'm in the right play. So I'm telling you, I'm in this one. I'm just showing you the long-term stock, and our picture-in-picture, I'm going to go right here. I have to tell you that, do you guys know that there's a reason that we are the only ones with picture-in-picture charts? And that's because we understand how the human mind works. And subconsciously, what you want to be able to do is just watch as I go through these. Like, your mind says, okay, big down move over the long term. Look at this. Like, you're looking at 5 years here. This gives you an opportunity to process information in a different way. It's probably an IPO. Look at this. Look at this type of a turnaround. So I'm going to tell you right now, trade ticket, buy $5,000. I'm going to go into MM4. These are all things that make it very easy for you to participate in these moves on the web, as well as Trade Ideas Pro. This trade ticket's very potent. Notice you've got the flat, half, double, and reverse buttons. Okay. What's really cool about Trade Ideas charting, and this is what separates us from Trading View and the Spider, is notice right here. This is the change that you get from the exchanges. Okay. This is up from yesterday's close. But what we do is we give you another number. And what this number is let me just move that right here, is what is the difference from this point to this point. So if I, for example, switch this to 15 minutes, so in the last day, it's up 8% overall, because there's a big down move here. So it's showing you the visible chart. This is just the exchange data, but this right here is showing you the visible chart data. Let's say I go to 30 minutes. Okay, so notice over the 30 minutes chart, you're basically flat over 4 days. And I'm down $7 since I just got into this. But as you know, the reason I jumped in is because some of the biggest dividends are paid in these types of moves. And so the picture-in-picture charting is a very important thing for you to process why we do it this way. Because as soon as you look at something, you instantly get the feedback. Look at this. Up 3% in a year on the daily, but it's down 13% today. Again, I like these types of moves. And I'm showing you, again, that I am repeating the same thing I've done last. By the way, left clicking allows you to move this around. Get rid of the trade ticket. I can move it up. So like trying to buy it right here lets me know that my risk levels are very controlled. So watch if I click on the red dot right here, watch what happens. Okay. Now visibly I can set my stop, and if I drag it right here, I know exactly what I'm doing. If I'm off, I can risk $400 here, okay? But if I catch it right, I mean, you saw what was going on. You know, this thing has some serious momentum right here. The key is to know that we cannot predict the future. All we can do is react. So trading is not a future prediction concept, but a reaction concept. Okay. All right, you guys. So what I'm showcasing here is that the web-based software has incredible capabilities. You got your market pulse, which is telling you since we've been watching, it is 67% negative. Okay, so that means that your odds are better on the short side. So let's do this. I'm going to dive right here. So I have two browser windows open. Okay, that's how you're seeing my split screen here. And this is the money machine. And I actually like what's happening here because I'm down $1,159. I'm in the biggest movers, the biggest ones, and I'm shorting them at $5,000 per trade. So let's take a look at what I'm doing. So here you've got short sell, $2,000, up 192. You can see what's going on here and here. Let's look at this one. Now, obviously, this message that you see pop up, it's one of these messages that this is still in development mode. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes as we build this engine in real time. And I'm going to show you what's behind it. Okay. So by the way, here, XII, right? In the very longer term, I would probably be trying to speculate it long. But in this particular case, from the pure volatility standpoint, and the fact that it's up 17% today, I'm just playing this AI and mean reversion. So let me show you something, guys. So here, this is some of the magic behind our money machine. And I want to show you what this is. This is what's powering the trades. So I'm looking at the biggest gainers. Mid, in this case, means that it's above $1 because some of the biggest gainers are penny stocks and I'm not shorting those. I have it set to my account called Money Machine 3. And in Trade Ideas Pro, you can set up different trading accounts. So in this case, I'm doing Money Machine 3. I start with 3 symbols, but I have a max of 5, and here I am, I'm in 5. I'm sorry, in this particular case, I'm going long, okay, not short. So I'm gonna switch this to short, and I'm gonna show you what happens. I go at market, And here are my exit criteria. If I'm down 17%, I get out. There's what's called a forced price drop buffer. That means we had to kind of invent terminology for this type of trading. And what the money machine does is it finds these very volatile names, and then it gets in and tries to find by trial and error the proper direction. And this is what all of these things do. But notice the key thing that I want to show you here is reverse on protective stop. So I'm going to try and reverse it 3 times. So I can go short, then go long, then go long, and then go short, and then do this 3 different times. Okay. And right now, this is all short. But you can see re-entry above exit. So I'm going to get in. If it continues to go against me, I'm going to switch directions and get in. This is sort of you looking at under the hood of the Ferrari, if that makes sense. Okay. So Joe, 100% you can get your web interface to look like mine, except for the money machine part. This thing that I'm showing you is not quite out yet, but the right-hand side is 100% out. Okay, so this part you have access to, this part you do not yet. This is what's coming. Okay, this is what's coming. And what I'm showing you really is what powers this. Like, remember, I started the whole day today by showcasing to you that, well, I'm up 50 grand here, I'm up 20 grand on my crypto, and I'm not the only one in my team who performs this way. And we built this. This is the engine that's driving this. So by the way, I'm going to hit a stop. I'm going to exit. Okay. So we're going totally, I just got out of everything down $1,318. By the way, the money machine, like, notice that it'll do that. It'll be down, it'll be up, it'll be down. We are still in the building the algo phase of it so that you can really take advantage of it better. Okay. So let me start it again fresh, and you can see what it looks like when you go from just blank to how it trades. So I hit play. And we should start seeing something soon. Okay. So notice I was going short. And so it is going short. And let's see what it looks like. So we just shorted this. And it's doing it at $5,000. And remember that part of what we are trying to hopefully showcase here is that there are things that the software is better at than people, and that is unemotionally approaching it, just kind of like a golf driving simulator. And in this particular case, to really refine it and test it, we are getting into the most volatile names that are trading today. That's what you are seeing. This is the most volatile stuff that's out there. So I will fluctuate, $200 or $300 very quickly. But what I'm showing you is that it's all on autopilot. And let's notice how we're on hide zero positions. So I'm only showing you things that that I'm in. But if I switch this to not hide zero positions, you can see where the big mistakes have been or how they happened. So in this case, I lost the majority of everything in this XII trade. And through this. I bought it right here, had to get out on this really big move, and that's how that happened. Again, these things happen when you're up 17% and 15 times relative volume. I've kind of made the analogy before where I said, if you're riding the big waves, which is what we're doing here, you need to be towed in. Okay, you need Laird Hamilton towing you in on a jet ski. You can't paddle into this stuff, and that's what the money machine is doing. All right, MB Miller. So these settings are part of the momentum wave races, and what they are is that they are the actual. So like you can't simply just get into the momentum and hope that it all works out, because lots of times, depending on when you turn this on, stocks can start to fade very quickly. So what these settings are, they're a component of the things that you're seeing here. Okay. And in this particular case, this version of it is going long. I'm going short. And so I'm just testing and showing you guys that we have the capability to go both ways, but we also make the system switch directions. Okay. And that is one of the really cool things that we have just recently added, and we're continuing to test this through this whole experience, is to be able to have a system that you almost don't need to worry about getting long or getting short, because through trial and error, it will find the right path. And that's what I'm hoping you're going to see here live as I'm demonstrating it for you. So right now, we are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades and 4 positive, but very small right here, and 1 kit. You can see what we're doing. Possibly, testing to highs. But once again, look at what we're trading. Things that are up 37%. So in terms of speculation, what you're seeing is a very simple strategy, to be honest. And the strategy is called mean reversion. The idea is that these things are overdone and will revert back to the mean. I'm not saying that that is going to 100% work while I'm doing this demonstration for you, but I'm showing you what is possible. Remember, there's an immense amount of positive momentum too, and I'm showcasing doing something relatively tricky, which is going short the biggest movers. Okay, again, remember that this gear, biggest gainers, change over the last, so these are going to be up the most over the last 30 minutes. We're going short, and you can see all the risk that's built in here. But I think what you will notice, and I'm hoping that this happens while I'm doing this demonstration, is that remember that I am totally hands off. Okay. And only one of these has to start working for you to really start, getting the benefit. Now, obviously, in some cases, you can get into momentum waves that are just, the other direction. This is part of the art of speculation. But the people at Trade Ideas, we've done this so many times. And what we are doing right now, and what you're witnessing, is you're witnessing the AI being trained. So by going through this motion, our servers are watching my trades. We're keeping tabs on these numbers, and this allows us to create this logic to better manage your money when this goes live. So in essence, the beauty of what I'm showcasing to you right now, and it's kind of me lifting the hood on the Ferrari, as I've said before, is that you are seeing the training taking place. And how do you train a system? You train it by having it go through the motion. And right now, everything is still going in the direction that we had wanted it to go initially, which means that it hasn't needed to pivot. And in this kind of a game, plus or minus 1.5 or even 2.5%, it's really nothing. So this is the future of active investing. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And most likely, what I'm doing here, you will be able to do in your Trade Ideas account. I'm hoping by the end of January. We're very, very, very close. But, I'm showing you some other things that, you have to see the negative. Like, I know that everybody wants to win all the time, and so do I. But you have to see how you address the negative side of it, right? And this is one of these examples where here you are. Let me just switch time frames a little bit so you can see a little bit bigger picture. I mean, you can see why this thing got short. It's just that sometimes it's impossible to nail it perfectly. And that's really something that if I don't show you and if I don't build your proper expectations into the system, and in this particular case, had I been going long, we would be up $500. And that's kind of what you're seeing over here. I just simply am showing you that we train it by taking it through the motions of doing the difficult things. And this is what this looks like. So let's look at STIM. See, again, not that dissimilar, catching the high, shorting it, and that's what that looks like. But of course, sometimes like this was probably about to be halted. And just let me show you something else, okay? You can interact. You can interact with it. And that's another thing that I'm demonstrating, that by using the trade ticket, by using our system, you can interact with this. And I interacted with it probably perfectly badly, but let's take a look and try it one more time. And what I'm going to do is go to dollars and say 5,000. And we're going to get to the sell. Here you are. So all I did here was I adjusted my price. I'm just trying to showcase that the tools that are available to you in the web-based version of Trade Ideas. The web-based version of Trade Ideas has had immense improvement to it. Okay, so Don, we are probably going to start going live. And again, it's it's kind of hard to exactly pinpoint the time, because there's a big improvement that we're adding to it right now, which I can't even discuss that it's so hush. But the idea is that we're creating an AI-based algorithm that works through this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Works through the trade wave, which is very difficult to see on this 15-minute chart. Let me put it up on 2-minute. Okay. And we're integrating the buy and sell signal component of the trade wave into the money machine right now behind the scenes. And we think this is going to improve it by probably a factor of 5x. That's how big this is. So the idea is that we're going to give it to you guys most likely at the end of January to be able to do it in practice mode, the way I'm doing it right now. And most likely live trading will start mid-February, potentially, because really the live logic already exists. It's just that we are working on a system that really takes the advantages that we are bringing to market here to you in the way that we want and the way that we envision it happening. There's so much potential here, but if we F up, that it creates a really bad kind of taste in my mind and in my mouth. And I really believe that part of like the stuff that we've learned by going through these motions, and we've learned so much, is getting us closer and closer to where you can get these numbers. So, as I've said before, there's automation is not purely just getting in and getting out. Automation is be able to automate the trading process and the risk management. And the best type of a trader is one that can pivot, switch directions, which is what we have built into this system. This is, again, being worked on as we speak. This is what you are seeing. And notice that really here, other than this, which is XII, which is the bad wave that I caught, going short a market that's up $700. And again, by the way, you guys, I'm not doing this to make money here. I'm doing it to take the AI through the motions, because, and this is let me give you the analogy. We are training an MMA fighter, and this is sparring, but high-level sparring. Like, I'm a big UFC fan, and there's really good metaphorical analogies here that I'm going to tell you. For people to do well and win in mixed martial arts, what you have to do is you have to be able to train to be able to wrestle, to do submissions, to box, to kickbox, Muay Thai, all sorts of things like that. Our trading robot here is being put through the paces of how do you trade a day where it's up super big, but you're going short and you're trying to win. So this is like a high-level sparring session where you're doing things that are very difficult for you to do, but we are putting it through the motion so that when we release it to you and you get the benefit of it, it already knows how to do it. That's really the thing. So, Joe, absolutely. Let me show you what you can do. All of these things, And these things right here, you can, let me close this up. You can take the money machine and really be able to program your own entries into it. So you can say, I want to trade just the big caps, or I want to trade smaller caps. What I'm kind of showing you is that through the exercise that I'm doing here, we take it through the very challenging paces of being in the most difficult trading environment probably known to man. And through that, it gets better and better. MB Miller, yes, you will be able to trade with IB and Alpaca and E-Trade when the money machine goes live. But we will add other brokerages and work with our buddies at TradeA and some other ones. So, Joe, yeah, I think, remember what I said before, by not, defining swing or day, I think you will be able to specify whether you do or do not want to exit the trades at the end of the day. And by virtue of that, you will be able to, quote unquote, be a swing trader. In fact, many times I get into them, by the way, the money machine is starting to pick it up a little bit. So we've made like $600 off of lows. And we'll see what happens. You will be able to hold, but ultimately it's a function of buying power is really what's going on. In this particular example, we are hypothesizing that you are trading a $30,000 account. So that's kind of like the gamification internally that we're working on. You are trading a small account and you're getting in and out of $5,000 worth of $5,000 worth of positions. We think that that's a reasonable assumption for just kind of ballparking what people may or may not be capable of doing. Jim, it will be available in the desktop software, yes, first. So Trade Ideas Pro will be where it is first, but we test it on the web because we're kind of in a gigantic internal rebuild where probably by the end of 2025, Trade Ideas Pro and the web are going to merge into a totally different web app type of experience where you're going to get the best of the UI of the web-based product, but you will not need to download the software at all. The API is going to be available on the web as well. It's all built in server side. So all of that is going to be in there. But you honestly will also be able to, if you want to, trade from your phone. That's our idea, is that we want to give you complete flexibility, whether you're driving or you're at your desktop, however you want to do it, you will have all of that capability. So one of the things that I wanted to point out, by the way, is that since I've been doing this live stream, even though the market has been or is up like 665, it hasn't really done all that much. Okay, CLEU. Do you guys notice what's going on there? Can anybody see it? And chime in. I want to see if my teaching has been working because it did something different. And I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying it did something different that we wanted to showcase to you. Let me bring it on a 5-minute chart. And I'm going to get rid of this. Can anybody see what I'm showcasing that CLEU has done that's different from all the other positions, that is a big demonstration of what we are trying to showcase that I wanted you guys to see? Who can spot it? This is a test. Come on. Come on, my good friends. Show me what you got. Somebody give me a guess. Do you notice what you see about the CLEU shares in this display? What's different about it versus all the other positions? No, you're overthinking. Remember, I wanted to demonstrate something to you guys. Reverse on protective stop, reverse on trailing stop. CLEU is now long. And again, I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying that it went short, then I shorted it again. It covered and went long because the momentum is continuing. They may have even done it perfectly wrong, but my point is, the demonstration that I want to make is that the AI here, the money machine, automatically will switch directions. So CLEU, without you having to do anything, has switched directions. These right here are all kind of working. You know, we're trying to claw back. But CLEU is now a long trade because all of these candles, there's just been quite a bit of momentum. And based on the rules, yes. Well, we were shorted. We kept shorting it. And the rules say if you lose in a direction, pivot. That's what right now, Joe, the way this is designed is for a margin trading account, where this is where you can go short, you can go long. This is less. You can, of course, use it in a retirement account, but then the retirement account would not be switching directions. So what I'm really just trying to showcase is that automatically, the hard thing for people to do is to pivot. We all know, mentally speaking, it is very, very difficult for people to pivot. But in the money machine, through a rules-based system and noticing that it is losing money, and by the way, it will pivot again and go short if it's wrong on the long side. So it will continue to try to find the path of least resistance. And what I'm showing you here is that it's doing it automatically. The positions that are short are basically still working. And this one that was short but went long, it might exit and go short again. All on autopilot. And as I kind of mentioned before, the idea here is that I am showcasing to you guys the difficult sparring, the difficult training. In other words, if I had set this up to go long, obviously we would be doing what you're seeing over here. But it's not always about just showing you the gains. It's showing you how we are working to improve and build the algorithmic knowledge base behind the scenes so that this second generation AI is better and better and better. Hi, trader. How are you, buddy? And the other thing that I wanted to do here is I also wanted to make sure that you guys knew that if you click on this right here, there's lots of dashboards. Like for example, you can go to the high short foot. So these stocks are all stocks that have a high short foot, so have potential for a squeeze. Okay. There's even an unusual options volume one. So every one of these stocks right here, the options volume today is off the charts. And we're getting closer and closer and closer of bringing virtually all the functionality that's in TI Pro to the web. And this is where it is. Yeah, so by the way, all the volume tracking, it's all done behind the scenes. You know, every single one of the things that you're seeing here, it has beyond big volume. Look at it. Let's look and just go through what you're seeing here. 18, 12, 178. There's not a single, by the way, see these moves right here? This is what I actually love to trade. Let me go back to MM4, which is where I was doing this. This right here, one of my favorite moves. And we actually have this as a money machine strategy. And I'm going to show it to you where it's called. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Gainers on a pullback. Right here. I'm not testing this, but I'm just telling you that we train it for this. So gainers, pullback. Imagine getting this kind of stuff. And then boom, you hit this and just dial it in right here. So this, and remember how I was talking about the repetitions. Notice that I'm kind of doing the same thing that I did in Trade Ideas Pro, where I'm getting in, setting my risk levels, getting in, setting my risk levels. And the money machine sort of does the exact same thing. And remember that when you are dealing with 29% up moves, plus or minus 1.5%, or even 2%, you know, we're doing this from a daily perspective. That's like nothing. So don't be prepared that when you start trading the money machine, that you could be plus or minus 1.5% on a $30,000 account at any point in time until it finds the right direction, pivots, and then you get the run. And hopefully that's what's about to happen. And like right here, like look at this, like this is like this move right here. This is exactly what, you know, you can easily get this thing to potentially give you some serious returns. That's the poker, you know, that's when you've got 2 pair or 3s. That's the kind of move that we're continually trying to find, but we do it in a tricky environment where we're, again, going a little bit against the grain in training mode. I'm not saying that that's what you know, you will be doing. But in fact, one of the things that we're working on right now behind the scenes, and this is super exciting, is that depending on what's going on right here, the money machine will also suggest the direction for you. By the way, another one went long. Let's take a look. Is that the one that I got into? No, it got into it by itself. Interesting. This is MM4, this is MM3. Huh, I like that. We'll see what happens. Okay, So Joe, yes, that's happening. You can have it basically the trade ticket. So this right here will have a setting that says MM auto. And if that's turned on, like this will be in the direction that the money machine thinks you should go. And then all the risk management will be automatically built in. So you don't even, you can basically type in, for example, Apple. Okay. And I can say, oh, Apple's up 4 today. I'm going to short it. Why is this thing getting in here? All right. I mean, it looks like there's a couple issues with my build right here because this is set to MM3 and this is set to MM4. Oh, that's why. Dang it. I messed up. My bad, you guys. And just me doing a little bit of fat fingering. But once you set this up, okay, the money machine will take over and it will do all of the risk management for you. It's not a setting that you see yet, but it will be available. And it'll also say which direction it thinks you should go and whether you want it to reverse. So all the things that you saw me do over here, it will do as well. Let me get out of, let's see. Apple, let me get out of that. Okay. I think this one, let's see what happened here. Yeah, this is a reversal. And you can see, by the way, why potentially there's a lot of opportunities on the long side as well. I mean, this thing was up over $4.50 very, very recently. Yeah, this thing is, that happens. But remember, guys, I'm doing the difficult stuff, and this is what I'm showcasing in this live stream is that I could have easily just turned it on to go long, and then none of these short trades that I'm training it on would have been there. So I'm kind of showing you the underneath. The reason you're in this live stream is that I'm showing you things that you otherwise would not ever see. So Road had a question if we're offering a special premium price. So the first 200 people for the money machine, that's already been all taken. And that went up, and we had a promotion for that, and it was done in 2 hours. That price of $2,000 a year, that went quick. The next one, we're not really sure when we're gonna do it. Probably after we release it for demo trading to the public. So again, I can't tell you exactly when, but pretty soon. You can have it trade ETFs if you want. I'm not doing it for training because ETFs tend to not go as crazy as these stocks do. But you can absolutely, like right here, this strategy, you can have it my ETFs. You will have complete customizability over what it is that you trade. Okay, guys, so we are right at the 1 hour mark. So you got to see the money machine in action. You got to see it do some difficult things that, again, this is not how I would trade it, but I'm showing you how we train it. And this is called a sparring session, where you try to do the difficult things that your investors hopefully don't need to do. Does anybody have any questions? Raj, yes, you can run the money machine on any. So imagine you have a symbol list. Any group of stocks that you want to run the money machine on, you can do that. Here, I'm simply trading it on the most volatile names that I'm training it on, so that the algo is built out and built out better. And it's starting to actually look, the CLEU, remember the one that was kicking our ass? We're fighting back through reversal. Road, that's not for this particular live stream because I'm showcasing the web-based stuff, but you can go to our homepage and type that into our AI, ChatGPT, and it will tell you exactly how to do that. Or, of course, you can shoot a question to support. We have an immense library of supporting materials for anything that relates to editing and things like that. But by the way, guys, I actually love what I'm able to demonstrate here. Look at this CLEU trade. 2 mistakes, but now you're making it back. That's what I'm talking about right here. And you know how hard this would have been for you to lose twice on the short side and then pivot and get long, especially where it looks like you got long on the highs. So really, really incredible stuff that I'm glad everyone got to see. Steve, are we all good in terms of the live stream? I feel like we are. All right, you guys, I want to thank you all, everybody who tuned in. Super fun having everybody here. This concludes the live stream for Wednesday, and I'm the one that's doing them on Wednesdays. And next Wednesday, we're going to do something totally different. It depends on just what comes up, but we really appreciate all the people. So I think we set a record today for the amount of people that were watching this. So I want to thank everyone, and subscribe if you are not. And for all the subscribers, I want to thank you. We appreciate it, and we're continuing to innovate faster than anybody else. All right, you guys. Thank you. Talk to you soon.